Hey there, and thanks for checking in with MeetYourSweet.com. Have you ever started to wonder what the deal is with where to go on dates? I know we've all had the concept of not taking her out on expensive dates drummed into our heads to the point of nausea. So don't worry, this clip is not going to be another repetition of concepts that you're already familiar with. But not taking a woman out on an expensive date doesn't deal adequately with the full issue here. It still begs the question, where can you take the women you're dating? Look, we don't all want to take women out on picnics, for a walk along the river, or go window shopping. I mean, firstly, most guys, and a surprising number of women, don't actually enjoy shopping all that much, so it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to make a date out of the mall experience. Now, obviously, clubs and parties are pretty much out as good dating venues. They might be good places to meet women, but come on now. The whole point of a date is to spend quality time alone with one another, not to hang out in a crowded room full of loud, energetic drunks who will most likely end up competing with you for the attention of your date. Here's what it all boils down to. We're being hit over the head left, right, and center by dating gurus who advocate not spending so much as one red cent on the women you're dating. But on the other hand, we're still not being provided with any decent suggestions on good places to go. I mean, like I say, picnics and window shopping get a little old after a while. So here's what I suggest. How about taking the middle ground and not generalizing overly much about the kinds of dating strategies that you're coming up with? Let me explain what I mean here. Let's analyze a little. First of all, let's stop even using the phrase dating strategy. I don't like that phrase because it implies that we're trying to come up with a bunch of rules that are going to be applicable to all women you date with few, if any, exceptions. And that's just a flat-out lie. It's a lie and it's totally not true. Most strategies and rules end up crashing and burning because they're simply too rigid and too specific to work. So first of all, let's put aside the idea that one dating venue is going to work on all women. Take that dating strategy out of your head. If you're going to be the kind of quality guy who has a great dating life, you need to cut through the notion that you need to have rules about where to take women and what to do with them, and instead actually take a look at the underlying principle of dating. And here's what I mean by that. What's the point of dating a woman? Believe it or not, it's actually not to take her out and impress her wildly with all sorts of crazy activities that you wouldn't normally do if you weren't on a date. Sure, this may be what some couples do at first, but before you know it, things have settled down and they've gotten back into the normal life again, which is when important stuff starts happening and they find out if they're actually going to be compatible in the real world or not. So here's a suggestion for you. Why not just cut right through all that first stage of dating stuff and just get right down to the real deal? Here's my best recommendation, that you don't put on any big display of doing things that are out of the ordinary, and instead you just introduce her to your life as it already is. How about seeing if she fits into your life as it is now, instead of courting her for a few months and then seeing if your lives are compatible? I mean, think about it. If you're not usually the kind of guy who enjoys window shopping, what's the point of taking a girl along to do it with you? And if you wouldn't particularly enjoy going on a picnic under normal circumstances, why would you do it just because you happen to have female company? In fact, how about not making any huge effort to impress anyone and just going about your life as you normally would? Here's a few examples for you. If your life usually includes going to the mall, well then take her along with you. If you need to take your dog for a walk, bring her along. See if she wants to come hang out with you at your favorite brunch bar on Sunday morning. This is the real deal. There really are no rules when it comes to dating women. There is nothing in particular you should or should not be doing with her, so don't worry about doing anything special or out of the ordinary to give her a good impression of you. And by the way, just in case you're getting the wrong idea here, this is not a recipe for boringness. I'm not encouraging you to be dull and expect your dates to be impressed with that. If you want to be really successful with women, you need to make sure you're a top quality kind of guy with a kick-ass life. And here's the clincher, you've got to be interested in having a great life whether you're involved with someone or not. If she gets to know your life as is, where is, and decides she'd like to be a regular part of it, then great. You saved yourself a bunch of money, a bunch of time, and a bunch of effort trying to impress someone who might potentially not be the someone for you. And if there's not a mutual fit, that's okay too. You still saved yourself all that time, effort, and money. All resources that otherwise would have been squandered on a woman who's still going to bail once she becomes acquainted with the real you. Hey, thanks for checking in. If you want more advice, do me a favor and check out the website, which can be found at www.meetyoursweet.com/men.